Do you know which is the largest cave in the world? Today we go into the most spectacular cave on the planet, the Hang Son Doong cave in Vietnam, located 93 meters below sea level. The famous Son Doong is actually the largest cave in the world. With more than 5 kilometers long and a height that reaches 200 meters, this cave could house an entire neighborhood of a large city. Don't you think it's incredible? Considered the largest cave in the world by volume and the largest cave in Vietnam, it was discovered in 1990 by Ho Con, a jungle man from Phong Nha. In April 2009, Hang Son Doong was officially inspected and surveyed by the British Vietnam Caving Expedition Team, led by Howard Limbert. Want to know more about this cave? Stay until the end of this video and subscribe to the channel, because this will be one of the best adventures you will ever experience. The world's largest cave. The team of British explorers spent 6 hours trekking through the jungle to reach Hang Son Doong. They then managed to partially discover and certify that it is the largest cave in the world, ever explored since 2013. The Oxalis company even organizes tours inside the cave. Although they are a privileged few who can access its interior, the number of visitors is limited to a few hundred per year. Nevertheless, the tourist brochures describe it as a unique universe, with its own climate, a jungle zone in the areas where the ceiling is cracked, and stalagmites up to 80 meters high, the highest known. Findings from this cave. Something that scientists noticed when they discovered this cave is that a river ran into one wall of the cave and reappeared in another nearby wall. In this way, the dimensions they initially believed could increase and change. And so it was the experienced divers Christopher Jewell, Jason Mallinson, John Follenthan, and Richard Stanton, who participated in the rescue of the boys trapped in a Thai cave in June 2018, found a passage leading to the Hang Tung Cave. They were surprised to find that the passage was not 25 meters deep, as they had first thought, but almost 93 meters below sea level. Because of the difficult terrain, they could not go down more than 77 meters, but they confirmed the dimensions of the cave with plumb bobs. Thus, the new cave would be part of the original cave, reaching a total length of 9 kilometers, with a cavity 200 meters high and up to 175 meters wide. Not only is it the largest cave in the world, but it is also still growing. Afterward, the expedition team announced it as the largest natural cave in the world, with a volume of 38.5 million meters cubed. The measurements were then verified by several of the world's leading karst geologists, including Dr. Tony Waltham. This team, along with National Geographic magazine, announced Son Doong Cave as the largest natural limestone cave in the world that same year, and the Guinness World Records organization listed it as the largest natural cave in the world in 2013. This spectacular cave takes up more space than a 40-story building. Don't you think it's impressive? History of the first discovery of this cave. The search for Son Doong in Vietnam began in 1994. The expedition team explored Hang En and Hang Thung, 2 somewhat separate caves, and realized that there must be a cave in the middle. At that time, they had no idea what the cave would look like. Mr. Ho Con is a local man, born and raised in Son Trac Commune, now Phong Nha City, Bo Trac District, Quang Binh Province, Vietnam. Since he was a teenager, Ho Con has been a woodcutter, spending weeks in the jungle logging and poaching for very little income. In 1990, while searching for agar wood, a very expensive plant in the forest, he encountered a thunderstorm and had to seek shelter in a small cave under a cliff. As he approached, Ho Con saw fog coming out and heard the sound of a roaring river inside. When he felt the strong cold wind blowing, he decided to turn back without further inspection. As time passed, he thought the cave was similar to many others he had encountered on his trips to the jungle, so he did not bother to remember the exact location. In 2007, Mr. Howard Limbert and Mrs. Deb Limbert, leading members of the British Vietnam Cave Expedition Team, arrived in Phong Nha and conducted some research and cave surveys in the area. Based on the analysis of the limestone topography, river systems, and faults, Howard predicted that there was a very large cave after the Hang En exit, but he did not know the exact location of the cave. In a conversation with Howard, Mr. Ho Con agreed and mentioned the cave entrance that he had accidentally seen with strong winds, dense fog, and the loud sound of a roaring river echoing from the cave. Howard and Deb were very excited and urged Ho Con to try to remember the location and the way to the cave. Admiring the enthusiasm of Mr. Howard and his team members, Ho Con diligently searched for the mysterious cave many years later. Supposedly forgotten in 2008, on another trip to the forest, Ho Con was lucky enough to find the location of the cave's entrance. He carefully memorized the location and mentally mapped out the route to the cave entrance by orienting the mountains and trees. When he returned, he tried to find a way to contact the expedition team. It was on April 7, 2009, when Howard Limbert led a team of caving experts in cooperation with the Geography Department of Hanoi University of Science to inspect the cave. The first person to enter Son Doong was Peter McNab, a member of the British caving expedition team in Vietnam. This was also the first time that Hang Son entered the cave. During this expedition, they found that this is the largest cave in the world in Vietnam with its own ecosystem. Hang Son and the team of cave experts discussed and decided to name the cave Son Doong. Since then, Son Doong Cave has been known all over the world and has become a famous cave in Vietnam. An almost accidental discovery led to the discovery of a great wonder in Vietnam. It has been estimated that the cave is so large that it could contain a New York City block of 40-story skyscrapers. So far, we've only explored about 30% of Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park, so there's a lot more to discover, says Limbert. What do you think a cave like this hides? What makes it unique? It has many complex and huge stalactites, over 80 meters high, primeval rainforest growing inside the cave, its own ecosystem, climate, and a mysterious underground river that no explorer has yet discovered. Many visitors have admitted that Hang Son Doong Cave is like another world. Ginger Z of ABC News' Good Morning America exclaimed that the landscapes in Son Doong are like those in the movie Avatar. This incredible cave is also home to an impressive ecosystem within the largest cave system in the world. This vast and intricate cave system was created by the Subway River and filled with water formations seeping from a rainforest above. Other highlights found only in this cave are cave pearls. Cave pearls are formed by water droplets from the ceiling, carrying calcite carbonate into gore pools on the cave floor. They come in a variety of sizes and shapes, from as small as peas to as large as baseballs. Son Doong cave pearls form naturally inside the gore pool and look beautiful under headlights, especially on rainy days when water runs through them. Fossil Passage. Located next to the underground river at a depth of 40 meters below the campsite, this passage is lined with coral that was fossilized hundreds of millions of years ago. Pas Chen Dial Passage. Beneath the Great Wall of Vietnam is a 600-meter lake. When the expedition team first approached the area, all the water in the lake had drained away, leaving a muddy, waist-deep passage. The expedition members had to work very hard to get through this 600-meter muddy passage. Somehow reminded of the movie about the Battle of Pas Chen Dial in World War I, the team decided to name this long and difficult passage Pas Chen Dial. In many other months of the year, or when there is a lot of rain, the water fills the passage to form a beautiful jade-green lake. This jewel of nature, formed millions of years ago, is heaven on earth for caving and adventure lovers. Son Doong Cave is definitely an amazing tour that you would be willing to go through. These kinds of places are the destinations of an underground world that we should explore at least once in our life. What do you think? That's it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like it. Subscribe to the channel and remember to turn on the notification bell so YouTube will remind you every time I upload a new video. See you next time.